Bonsoir à tous, grazie mille per essere qui y acompañarme en esta aventura llamada Flowing Through Language Barriers. Today, we'll go deep into the captivating world of multilingualism, decode the mysteries of communication, try it, and also explore how being bilingual or multilingual can transform our lives. So fasten your seatbelts because we are going to embark in a journey that is not just about words, it's about connection, cognition, and cultural richness. So, imagine you are stepping into a maze where every twist, every turn represents a different language. Today, as students, professionals, and global citizens, we find ourselves decoding different tongues, making friends across different linguistic borders, and even deciphering the daily grocery list. But is it difficult to juggle all these languages while we are living this experience as students? The short answer is, yeah, it is. But the long and enthusiastic answer is, yeah, of course it is. Let me share an anecdote that illustrates and demonstrates the trials of multilingual communication. A few years ago, I was in Chile in my job, joining a meeting remotely with an exclusively team of French and German women. We were talking about the implementation of a new system, and I, feeling super confident, like always, I made what I thought was a perfectly valid point. I declare, we need to fuck you in the process and do it for the benefits this bring to us and our customers. So imagine the scenario. My French and German colleagues were frozen in shock, their faces registering confusion, and me, there I was, completely oblivious about the chaos I had just caused. And the comical part, that was not the comical part. The comical part, my boss just sit beside me, make me a sign under the table, and whispered to me, Chris, you just said fuck you, not focus. And yeah, that is the beauty and the beast of navigate this maze. Sometimes you will drop, accidentally, a linguistic bomb, where all you intended was just emphasize the importance of being focused. So moments like these remind us to treat carefully this linguistic maze. Today, also as like students at EDHEC in France, in another country, we are not just studying models and different theories in classes. We are also mastering the art of communication. For example, we can do it discussing in classes a really difficult case, but also in a super simple way, just buying a baguette in a French bakery. So imagine you are in your first time in France, craving for that famous warm and crusty baguette. You step into the bakery, not very sure with your French skill, just maybe a bonjour. The baker smiles you, and suddenly you are negotiating. A baguette, s'il vous plaît, you say. That's the only thing that you can say. And the baker nods, and voila, you have just forged an international alliance of water, yeast, and flour. So let's put some numbers in the table. Today, the 40% of the population is monolingual, 43% is bilingual, 13% trilingual, and just the 4% can speak 4 or more languages. So let me share another anecdote that illustrates the serendipity of language encounters. During my first month in France, I found myself in a need of a haircut. So armed with the basic French, I ventured into the local barber shop. The conversation began in French, but as I struggled with the French, I asked him if he spoke English. He doesn't speak English. Then he asked me if I can speak Portuguese. I had to disappoint him again. I don't speak Portuguese. After a really awkward 2-3 minutes, we figured it out that we have a common language, Italian. Who would have imagined that a Chilean native in Spanish will end up talking in Italian to get a haircut in France? Still don't know if all this effort was worthy or not. I didn't like the haircut. I didn't come back to that barbershop. But besides that, there is where the magic lies. Today, in this interconnected world, multilingualism is no longer a bonus. It's a competitive advantage. It's a superpower. So being multilingual is not just putting languages in your mind. It's about connecting with others. It's about enriching your mind and building a more connected future. Let's go and let's dive into the benefits and treasures that await us. Mia Nakamuli's TED Talk in the benefits of bilingual brains reveals amazing insights. Our brain get a really good workout when we change languages. It's like go to the gym, but for our brain. And there is a lot of more benefits. So we can start with brain flexibility and creativity. Like I said, it's not just jumping from one language to another. It's more about flexing our mental muscles. Our brains become like gymnasts, really jumping from one language to another. So imagine this. You get lost in Belgium. This happened to me last year, where everything is in French, your cell phone battery is dying, so you don't have any possibility of any translation. What happened? The panic sets in. But just looking your French skill, your other language skills, and just observing other, you can manage enough information to decipher what is your own way. And this is a super simple example that provides us the illusion that multilingualism can provide us creative thinking and also mental agility. Then we have the empathy boost. All the studies say that bilingual and multilingual individuals tend to be more empathetic. Maybe it's because we have walked in different linguistic shoes. When you have a struggle with verb conjugations in Spanish, for example, or maybe with German compound words, or with the R's in French, suddenly empathy becomes part of your life. Then we have problem-solving power. We as multilinguals, we are a kind of detectives. We can decode context, infer meanings, and solve linguistic puzzles. Then, improve decision making. To make a decision, you have to analyze information. But when you have to do it hearing different languages, it's more difficult. So you have to better filter all the distraction and be really focused in the task at hand, analyzing the processes and making quick decisions. For the last 4 months, I have been negotiating a contract with a supplier in Germany, all in English. Sometimes I needed to translate or maybe discuss some things in Spanish with my team in Chile. And also my German supplier needed to translate in German to his team. Besides all this complexity and all these long meetings with 3-4 languages at the same time, we figured out how to achieve a really good contract and agreements. So multilingualism shows how can we success in the international business negotiation processes. And finally, but not less important, enhanced memory. Studies show that being multilingual can improve our memory function. Some studies say that being multilingual can delay the onset of dementia, for example, by several years. But not just that. Other studies, just in 2020, demonstrate that also keep this bilingualism throughout all your life can delay the onset, like for really difficult disease like Alzheimer, also by several years. So it's not just a bonus, it's really a superpower. So, as we navigate all this maze, for me, it's important to say that we are not talking just about words and sentences. We are talking about create connections, build bridges, and really enrich our minds with diversity. It's like walking through the life with a multilingual playlist. Sometimes you will dance reggaeton with Latin American rhymes. Other times you can dance waltz with French, or other times breakdance with English slang. But we will make mistakes in the road, and that is fine. It's part of the journey. A journey where you have to be brave and embrace all these challenges. So, I encourage you to take the first step. Download a learning app, maybe enroll in a beginner course, or just start a conversation with someone that speaks another language than you. Every word, every sentence can bring you closer to this amazing multilingualism superpower. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. It's part of the multilingualism. I did it, you did it, everyone did it. So be brave and embrace the challenges, embrace the laugh, and also embrace the joy of discovery. And finally, be focused on the journey. Enjoy this linguistic roller coaster, and please be sure that make this journey as reward as fun. Thank you so much.